Morgan Bentley was sent home from class because her pants were deemed to be too tight, and the 12-year-old's parents were outraged. So when the school responsible went on to defend its decision, Morgan's mother decided to fight back, responding in a way that may just strike a chord with moms and dads everywhere. Back in 2015, Morgan lived in Franklin Township, Indiana, with mom Tracy and dad Rodney. At that time, like many 12-year-olds in the US, Morgan attended her local middle school. But though the school year may have progressed relatively straightforwardly for the young girl at first, in November 2015, she'd find herself at the center of a dispute. That controversy began when Morgan found herself called to a meeting because of her clothes. More specifically, it was all down to the style of pants that she'd been wearing to class from her first days at Franklin Township Middle School West. She was typically clad in skinny jeans, simply because these were the best option for her slender frame. In the meeting, however, Morgan was told that she'd broken the rules. According to her superiors, the youngster's skinny jeans were an infringement of the dress code, as they were too close-fitting. And as a consequence of this ruling, school officials gave Morgan an on-campus suspension. Morgan's mom only learned of her daughter's suspension when the school sent her an email explaining the situation. However, it would come to light that the institution's rules on form-fitting clothing were clearly outlined in its handbook. The handbook stated, for instance, the following are never acceptable for students to wear at school: shorts, see guidelines for pants, wraparound skirts, and form-fitting. However, Morgan's mom, Tracy, believed that the decision made by the school was a ridiculous one. I feel like there's nothing inappropriate about a skinny jean, she told Indianapolis NBC affiliate WTHR in 2015. I'm her mother. I'm not going to send her in anything I feel is inappropriate. What's more, when the school emailed Tracy to tell her of Morgan's offense, its message claimed that her child should only have received a warning for her jeans, as this had been the first time she'd ever been deemed in violation of the dress code. Suspension may have appeared a rather draconian move to the parent then. But even though Tracy may have been angry at the decision, the responsible mom nevertheless wanted to avoid Morgan landing in trouble once more. As a result, the schoolgirl wore a different pair of pants to class the following day. However, once again, the school told Morgan that her new jeans were inappropriate. Rather than argue with the school, though, Morgan's parents simply decided to try again. So next day, they sent her to class in another pair of pants. But incredibly, those in charge still said that Morgan's clothes were too tight. Unsurprisingly, the ruling left Morgan's parents stunned. 3 days in a row, an astonished Tracy said to WTHR. Dad Rodney added, "We switched pants 3 different times, and 3 different times they sent her home." At this point, Morgan and her parents may have felt at a loose end. That's because her skinny jeans weren't merely a fashion statement, they were the only style of pants that could accommodate the preteen's growing figure. "We can't find anything else for me to wear," Morgan explained to WTHR at the time. "She's extremely petite, so trying to find clothes that fit her is difficult," Tracy would also tell WRTV in 2015. She added, "I just don't think it's appropriate to send her to school in sweatpants. It's dumbfounding. I just don't get it." In addition, Franklin Township Middle School West had explained that Morgan could only return to class once she had on an appropriate pair of pants. So she and her dad set out on a shopping trip, attempting to locate an item of clothing of which school would approve. However, finding Morgan pants that suited both her and the school rules wasn't an easy task. Rodney later revealed to WTHR, "Me and Morgan went to Kohl's and Target, and we spent over 2 hours there going through sweatpants, zero-fitting jeans, everything. And none of them would fit her." To make matters worse, Rodney had trouble deciphering what was acceptable in the eyes of Franklin Township Middle School West. "There were a couple pairs of pants that would have been fine to me as a father letting my girl go to school in," he explained, "but the school would have sent her back home again." Furthermore, while talking to WTHR, the doting dad seemed to be concerned about the effect that the whole charade had on his young daughter. "We were shopping for over 2 hours, and she was crying during the process of doing it," Rodney revealed. Morgan's mom appeared to have understood her daughter's discontent too. Tracy said, "To go into that fitting room and to try on several different clothes and for them not to fit you appropriately, or for her to think that it doesn't fit her appropriately, or that someone is going to judge her, of course it's going to affect her self-esteem," she added. "It's heartbreaking to us." As it turned out, however, the Franklin Township Community School Corporation would reveal that the school district was sticking by its decision to punish Morgan. It would be Tracy who would make the most powerful statement on the matter, though, slamming Morgan's school for not fulfilling its duty to her daughter in a rather forthright manner. Specifically, Tracy told WRTV, "Morgan's not getting the proper education. She's behind in school and we're spending 2 days now focusing on pants that are too tight." The concerned mom added, "It's unfathomable to me that there's this big of an issue on dress code and not her education." And given that Morgan's schooling was suffering, many wouldn't fault Tracy for speaking out in this way. I hope you liked this video. If so, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to make sure you never miss a video from our channel.